Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast, Unidentified Podcast, here with Lito and Ed, the usual suspects. And today we're gonna talk about AI, or in my piece in general will be a little bit more about ChatGPT, GPT, and in it, yeah, basically in the last video we already talked about it. I think we really talked about it, but we were experimenting with it. At least I was on the background, and I found it very easy to make a business plan to set something up. I even made a poem with it, and I just put in a prompt, make a poem about life, about the purpose of life, and it came back with a result within 10 seconds, or I think even less. So I decided to experiment with it a little bit more, and also to figure out what more potential is in it to be able to use it to its fullest potential. And I figured out that basically the way to use it is by asking the right questions and by putting in the right input. And of course, if you don't have from yourself the knowledge to be able to talk about a subject or to go into depth about a certain topic, then it's best for you to even ask these questions to the machine, for it to be able to give you the response, and with it also the information you need to actually go a step further and go down to actual rabbit hole level. And that's what I did. And the result of it is that I was basically being able to create a business plan without too much hassle, but at the same time it required some thought of me with the input.
Wait, hold up. But like, all right. I'm sorry for stopping you. But is this a business plan that actually like fits you? It caters to you, exactly you, or you like, oh, this is a good idea. Oh, I didn't think about this, or like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm
exactly
asking?
what you mean. Yeah. And in some parts, I do have the market analysis. That's something that you can do. That's very general. That's based on data that you can find online or see on from data that's actually there. Yeah. And in those cases, the input from the machine, from ChatGPT, that it came with was sufficient enough to be able to say, okay, this is good enough for me. And if I want to change some things or some aspects of it, there's small changes that I can make. But some parts were actually required for me to put more input into it. And I think the financial part, I still haven't figured out that part, but that's figures, and that's just basically having to play with those figures and making sure.
But has this changed? Has this changed at all how you was thinking about your idea of your initial idea or not?
For me, not. For me, I have a clear vision of what I want and what I want to achieve with it.
I see.
And it was more that I use it as a tool to be able to, at least all the ideas I have, to have it down in writing, to have it, to make it easier for me to write something, because I don't like to write much. That's a thing of me. But so this has helped me to actually the writing part, for it to be able to be written without much of a hassle. So then I started thinking from, okay, this is indeed a good way to actually produce and create something that would take me a longer time, and the same with the art. But at the same time, that means that people who do this for a living, people who make business plans, who give advice to entrepreneurs, or who all these jobs that require people for some input, and that thing that is gonna become obsolete, and that's the word I used. They won't be replaceable, because the way that people think will be different than how ChatGPT thinks, but you can even come close to it. But at the same time, it's still personal. The perspective is still personal. And with ChatGPT, I think that depends on the user, how you want to use it, and how much comes out of it, come forth from it. And in that sense, people in certain jobs become obsolete in the sense that, yeah, we will no longer have the need to for repetitive work, for the writing work, for the big jobs in terms of making something tangible. If you have an idea, you try to put it in the best way you can in ChatGPT, and it will provide you with a certain outcome that can help you in terms of, okay, this is what I have, this is what I think, this is what my idea was. Does it come close? Yes, no, change it up a little bit, and then you can rub your hands and think, okay, done job, on to the next.
Do you feel like it recognizes you, like it remembers you, it remembers how you interact?
I don't think I have used it as much that it already has a signature for me in a sense that it recognizes my style or what I want from it.
Okay. See. Ed, you have used this a lot more than him, right? I haven't used it at all yet. And I want to ask you the same question. Do you feel like it adjusts to you personally or no?
No, it doesn't do that yet. I mean, like what you can do, like you can save all of your interactions with it. And like let's say if you're asking it to write a script or you're asking it for a certain advice like that, it gets saved and you can go back into that and it can read all of that and it knows like, oh, this is what we were doing 2 weeks ago if you go back to that saved conversation.
Yeah, okay.
But eventually like it like recognizing you and like knowing, like getting a feel for you, that's going to be like in the next GPTs, like when they can hold more information, because that's basically what they're doing. Like when they're going to GPT-4, it is that it can just hold more information, like way more data. They call it token size or something, but it can just hold way more data. Okay. So you can say, eventually you can say, hey, Chat GPT, write me a 1,500 page book, and the newer ones will be able to do it and remember all the information, all the characters, everything, and hold on to all that information.
Yeah, I definitely think that's where we headed with this. Okay, and okay, Nguyen, like personally, any concerns? Like I know how you say like people will become obsolete. Any threat you feel like towards you, like towards what you bring to the world?
In a sense, no. I'm quite very. I have my hands in different directions. I'm not per se an expert at one.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it, in a sense, you would say, okay, then the jobs that I have or that I can have will become obsolete because you can no longer just rely on the base knowledge that one needs to have to do a task or to do a job or to make those base tasks or those base job descriptions, those will be replaced. Those are the ones that's going to be replaced.
Yeah, and a lot of the work and a lot of the activities you do are like very hands-on as well, right? So yeah, it makes sense. I don't know about you, Ed. I think it'll be easier to replace Ed than the guy, man. Ed, you don't know how to do anything like on your own or make anything or fix stuff. Do you know any of these things?
I don't see like. I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going with this, man.
With what?
I can't. No. I mean, with AI, like with the whole thing, I don't know if it actually does replace people. I don't know, man. I can't call it.
But let's say the sink in your house breaks. Who you call?
Well, yeah, you're gonna have like actual work that's done with your hands, but yeah, I get you there, but you're talking about work that requires you to like think or be creative or stuff like that. Then it's like, okay,
Yes, yes. I just wanted to make a point that we also have other things. We just gotta look around.
I don't think people will be replaced because you still like, as far as art, right? If we go back to that, you still got like physical art. Like if you're making something like painting a canvas or a sculpture, like, you know, like a person would, for now a person would still have to do that. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But to me, it's something about like, if like, once again going back to art, it's something about seeing a person, even if it's digital, like knowing that a human being is doing that and it takes their skill to do it, or just watching them do it, and versus someone just typing a prompt in and it being automatically generated. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care. It's like, so what? Yeah, you did that. It may look better, but who cares? Like,
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to say in the last episode we made. Like, it's missing, in my opinion, it's missing something like the shakiness of you, of certain artists. All the art that I've seen created by it is like near perfect. Like everything is like so perfect. I know you can adjust that and make it, you know, a little, you know. But to me, it just doesn't seem like alive.
to me, it's the process. It's like, you know, like I'm still like, I'll be watching like an art channel, and it's cool to see like a person who's got skills. They train for years, and it's like, hey, look at how this guy can draw. Like, he's drawing these perfect lines and all that. Like, if you generated it with AI, who cares? They just don't care.
But do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, not.
No, I don't. Cause those pictures look pretty cool, man. I would like to say no, it don't look that good, but it looks good, man.
No. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. I'm saying they are amazing or whatever.
There is this AI look. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, when you're looking at it, I don't know what that. Yeah.
So to me, it doesn't look like not alive, because some people define alive by like the markings you can make in the eyes, so it looks like it's actually looking at something. That's not what I'm referring to. Like, you can tell when there's a process involved in something, and when there's like, you know, emotion, when there's like something that like whenever you have like a vision, and you feel like you must put that vision down.
My issue is that it only shows up to me like if you try and make it real, like, but if you do something that's cartoonish or stylized, I think it works.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Nguyen, what else you got on this, man?
Yeah, my point would be that people will become obsolete, but at the same time, I would say learn how to use this. This is as a tool that could help you bring out more of you, more of your own potential, more of your of your own creations, and I think that's the culmination of this, because it has been the same with things throughout our history. I mean, the iPod wasn't no longer the thing to use because we had a phone that made the iPhone obsolete. We could basically stream everything on our phones. We had a camera, and now the cameras are obsolete. Yeah, of course, a good camera is different than the ones that we used to have. And throughout history, it's constantly changing, constantly innovating, constantly things becoming better, or making things easier for us humans. And I think we have to take a good look and take an advantage of it, to make good use of it, and not for it to have to use us for doing prompts or things that the robot or the AI cannot do.
I think when we become obsolete, and when we actually get replaced, is when we become lazy and no longer want to learn, no longer want to do, and just have everything do things for us, and we stop just thinking, because or learning or acquiring like knowledge, or you know, I think philosophy like is important and all these things. Once we get too lazy to start thinking and learning and doing more, that's when we become obsolete. Not because a new machine or program or came out. That's why in that episode I said we have to be careful and understand where we sit with this or where we stand with it. And I think there's something that will never be able to be replaced. But this is also a tool, so no hate towards it. This is a very good tool that can help us. Adapting has always been part of who we are and how we do things. And nothing's different here. We just gotta learn to adapt in a different way. Maybe at a higher speed now more than ever. Ed, you shaking your head no, right?
I don't know.
I think. Have you ever seen what is it, WALL-E? That movie WALL-E?
Yeah, I've seen WALL-E.
Okay.
No, I haven't seen it. I know of it, and I've seen enough of it to get what's going on. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So like humans became like very lazy and everything, and had like machines do everything for them, and they just sit in a chair and go wherever they want to go. Is that WALL-E?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's WALL-E.
Yeah.
Okay. And they just like everything is a hassle for them, and they just sit there and get fed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how we become obsolete. When we.
But I don't think that would ever happen. I don't think that's a realistic scenario.
No. I don't.
I think a person would lose their mind and go crazy before they were just like floating around not doing nothing.
Huh. Well, we have a lot of TV shows, a lot of
Come on, man.
Programming. What if AI starts like pushing out stuff that they know we want to watch and creating new anime and creating new movies?
Come on, man.
I think in a sense it's already happening, but
No.
you have also there's not the 100% of people that follows that narrative.
Yes,
It's-
absolutely.
it's- I don't know the numbers, but maybe it's 50% that sits and watches TV and just lets time fly by and not create anything.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, but yeah, you have another 50%, or if you want to call it like that, that is creating, that is going out there, that is wanting to experience life and push themselves in their own boundaries.
Also, man, like those people would get weeded out too. I think. Like, you think they would keep like recreating? Recreating. Is it?
What you
is
mean?
out.
Procreating.
Procreate. There you go. I think those people who just don't give anything, don't do anything, or just like are too busy doing nothing. I think those can be easily weeded out, in my opinion. Just me thinking about it. I see a lot of things, like every time I look it up, I see that a lot of people are saying like, oh, these things are tools for us to have more time to do what we want to do instead of doing the actual hard work and this and that. Let's be careful with that too. Like, it's just, yeah.
I mean, like you're saying, not do hard work. Hard work, like what? Be a programmer? Be a programmer? Be an artist? That's not hard. That's what people. That's the person's passion. That's not.
Depends on who you are.
That's not like
We got a
backbreaking.
little bit of everything. You find it to be hard. I like to write. Nguyen said he doesn't like writing at all. I like to write. I find it to be soothing for me to like actually like write my ideas, and I've been doing it more and more. I mean, I don't share these ideas, and I haven't done anything with many of these ideas, but it does.
Like, here's the thing. Like, there are like, I get like you're like on this hobby thing. Like, I feel you, but you realize there are people who that is their livelihood. Like right now in Hollywood, like they're having another writer strike. Like, do you guys remember the last time they had a writer strike?
Refresh my memory, because
Dude, it was a while back. It could have been like 10 years. Could have been 10 years ago, something like that. Where they had a writer's strike. I guess the writers like, hey, we ain't getting paid enough. Our royalties, this, that, or the other. And then like all these late night talk shows, they all go off. All these shows, like they can't do the shows on TV. Sitcoms, they were like playing reruns, especially the late night talk shows, comedy shows, Saturday Night Live, all that done. And that's what's happening.
10 years ago, I was too busy.
Maybe it wasn't as, maybe it was 5 or 6 or something, but yeah, this happened before. And like all these shows, they can't run because they don't have any writers. And I'm thinking like, yo, y'all writers, you trying that now? Like, you trying that now? like they might just say, hey, you know what? We got this Chat GPT over here. Maybe y'all just keep on striking.
Yeah.
And the show.
Smart for picking good time.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, but that's the thing, man. You know. Yeah. Like people getting replaced. There was this one article I wanted to add in where it was like IBM cut like over 3,000 jobs. IBM, and they said, "Yo, we're replacing them with AI." I mean, that's why I say I don't know where it's going, guys. I don't know, man.
But then adaptation comes at hand with this.
Okay, like, adapting. Okay.
All right. On these times, like new jobs will be created.
Yeah, sure they will. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you let's say you train, you know, your whole life to be a programmer. Okay, there's gonna be a new job. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Because I can have ChatGPT program for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know where we going, Angel. I don't know, man.
So give me a 5-year prediction real quick. Well, like I know you don't know for sure, for certain, but like what are you thinking? What's going through your mind?
I don't know, man. I just don't know, man. It's just gonna keep getting better and better and better. I mean, if it gets so much, like you're gonna have whole industries. One thing I think about is like the companies that make these tools, you know, like Autodesk, Maxon, ZBrush, 3ds Max, Unreal Engine, like all this stuff, like all these industries would be obsolete. Like Hollywood would be obsolete, like because you could just have AI just make you a movie. Like you're I don't know where we're
marketing bureaus, a lot of you name it, and there's gonna be.
It's so many people that you're talking about are just. Either you're going to have to stop the progress of this or it's going to replace everything.
I think there's so much into motion.
And I don't know where we're going. Like, I just don't know, man. Like Adobe, like the whole like what? Why do I need Photoshop and Illustrator and Premiere Pro and all these tools if AI can just do all that?
It's gonna shift. We gotta shift.
Shift to where? I don't know. I don't have. And there's these people who they always
questions.
Yeah, they always try and say, well, we've been through this before and we've adapted. No, we haven't been through this before. We haven't. We haven't been.
No, we have not been through this before. This is new to me, at least. All right. All of these are good questions, right?
Yeah, but I think that the younger generations that don't know any better, they will have a life that, like we didn't know any better back in the days. Like, we had to go to the internet to download things to have songs on our iPod, and I think that's the route that we're following right now with the ChatGPT. I'm 33 years old. We're getting old. I'm gonna say it plainly, and I think the younger generations will pick up that slack or that gap or whichever thing that we don't see yet.
But like, the problem is this is happening now. This is happening today.
And Nguyen, you bring up music. Did you guys hear about the whole Drake and the Weeknd thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy just made his own. He just put them on the track.
Hit. And people, yeah.
He made an AI Drake in the Weeknd and made his own track, and it blew up. with AI.
Yeah, I heard about that, and that
Yeah.
people will.
Dude, I heard it. I'm like, yo, this is actually kind of good. Like,
They
People
got
will.
Drake singing
Yeah.
and
You just
Franchero, like
you just take the voice from these artists, make it into digital, and then have them sing out a bunch of text with the digital voice, which still is Drake's voice, but then you have to he will still become
like, yo, Drake, I don't even need you anymore, Drake. I'm gonna just make my own Drake album, and I'm gonna put whoever I want on. I'm probably might put
but
Madonna on there or
then
something.
you're touching something very closely to plagiarism, or something's gonna.
No, I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. It's just for my entertainment. Hey guys, check out this track I made.
Nah, something's going sideways, and you're taking people's voices.
I don't know.
we're gonna figure something out.
Okay, they're gonna figure it out.
And this plays right into the question I had last week, right? How do we police this? How do we adjust to this? Do things have to happen and then we adjust to it and then we take measures, or should we start thinking about things now and how to keep things in order? We wait for chaos?
It's gonna be both, but we're never gonna be able to see how much.
Everything? Yeah.
It's gonna be way ahead of us before we can think about the risks involved. I think a lot of these high, Elon Musk said it already. A lot of these high capable thinking people into theories and stuff like that are able to say, okay, this is where it's gonna go wrong. I see this happening, but it's already happening. It's already there, or we already crossed that line. So in a sense, there will be moments that we can say, okay, this is too much. Let's cut it down a bit. But there will be a lot of moments where we actually be too late to actually step in to say, okay, we fucked up. Let's rewind that, or let's take a better approach to it before we go any further. And that's how it's always gonna be.
Now, do we have a kill switch? Like things go left. Is there a way to put a pause to this until we figure things out? Like something goes terribly wrong, right? Is there a kill switch? Is there a way to just okay, we need some time to figure this out. Let's freeze it. Stop it right there. Let's bring it back. Let's fix it and then push it back out. Like something goes terribly wrong. Like what we do? Just deal with it on the spot.
What can you?
Weaponize it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like what?
It's more than one. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more than one.
No, I understand, but like, is there a way to kill it? Like, is there a way to not kill it? Okay, sorry, you listening? I'm not trying to kill you.
Watch out there.
But if you're trying to hire me, like, I hope we can like put a stop to it, right? But like, come on, dude. Like, what are our tools? How do we defend ourselves from a worst case scenario?
Just go nomad, off digital, off nothing. But yeah, I think that there's governments that, and I think there are parties in place that are trying to regulate it to a sense. And yeah, it's difficult because it's a digital thing. It's something that if people get a hand of the software of how it works, then
but this is the thing. Like, this is not a government thing, right? Because the governments have like the best of the best or whatever. But whoever develops this is the best to explain to you how it works, how to operate it, how to go around it, how it functions. Like, essentially, like break it down, right? It's not about a government. Like, are these people who are creating this technology, like, also?
Do you think those people have a kill switch in place? Do you think there's something in the code that says, okay, if you do this function, hold this button and this button at the same time, it stops?
So the answer to that comes in the next episode, or not the answer. I don't have an answer to that question, but I would like to continue this in our next episode, which is my take on it. Are we done with this?
Yeah, man. Thank you for the input and yeah, the questions.
Okay.
And yeah, everybody, thank you for watching. We see you on the next with Lito's take on it.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching. Unidentified Podcast.
We out.